Let's talk about becoming a past life regressionist, timeline healer, working in the Akashic Records. Thank you for this comment, Ginger. I'm going to give you the tips that help me the most and that I teach my students. If you want to become a past life regressionist for other people where you are putting them under hypnosis so that they can first-hand experience that timeline, a past life, that is going to take a lot of training in order for you to get somebody to go into theta and delta brainwave states. This is a very deep form of meditation, and most past life regressionists that I'm aware of, this is a 4, 5, 6 hour process. For me personally, I needed to find a shortcut and a workaround. And if that is your soul's calling and you're listening to this, I absolutely love that for you. And it is so incredibly beneficial for people to be able to experience those firsthand. I want to get people quick results. And in order to do that, what I did was train myself how to get to theta and delta brainwave states. A great book for that is Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. He also teaches how to connect into the quantum field and become a channeler of more life force energy, but really how to reach theta and delta brainwave states. How I do past life healing is pre-channeling for people before I meet with them on Zoom, because I can get in there very quickly. That information is channeled to me in a 20 or 30 minute time period versus going in for 5 or 6 hours with someone. I can relay that information to them integrate it, and then move forward. However, there are some people who want to experience that for themselves firsthand. I think that depends on where somebody is at in their spiritual awakening journey, because if you are connected to a lot more multidimensional facets of self and dimensional planes, different realms, timelines, you can hear that information secondhand and be good to go. There are some people who it is their first time experiencing different timelines, and so they want to go on the full totality experience for themselves so they can feel that truth within their heart space. And then you have other people, you're like, I'm just gonna tell you this information. They're like, great. I did not start out with past lives, however, in the beginning. I was already having a difficult time hearing even my higher self, let alone different incarnations. So I said, what would be a shortcut? Because I'm all about that. Okay, what are the workarounds? That might be the Aquarius energy or neurodiversity. And I said, I'm going to teach myself how to become a higher self to my inner children. And inadvertently doing that is how I taught myself to be an astral projector into the Akashic Records and people's past lives. Because your children within you are closer to your now experience, and they're more tangible because you have memories and emotions that are associated with them. Technically, your inner children are past versions of you. They are living in different timelines. So if we were going to go to conventional therapy, which love, that's great. If we were going to go to conventional therapy, a lot of times they are teaching to heal memories or do revision, where timeline healing is a little bit different, where you are actually jumping into that time and space with that inner child where it is currently happening, and you are healing them from that root while having a conversation with them one-on-one. They are their own living, breathing consciousness. That is oftentimes where a lot of people get stuck in life, is because they're trying to heal things from their adult conscious mind, whereas you need to go in and work with that 5-year-old or 12-year-old or 15-year-old on their level of consciousness and tools and resources that they will understand. If you do a lot of trauma clear out, that's going to be beneficial anyway for your energetic system. You are going to be able to receive so many more insights and downloads and have clarity of mind. And then you have the tools and resources to go in and help different timeline versions of you or past lives for yourself, but then also for other people. One of the challenges that I see is people are a little trepidatious about going out into the astral and the ethers and meeting with people that they don't know, because even though they're different timeline versions of you, you've never met them before. Sometimes we'll have these like subconscious blocks, but your inner children, you know them. And so if you can create those energetic cords that bridge over of, okay, I'm going into the astral and the ethers, but it's with somebody that I know and I'm going to feel safe in doing that, then when it comes time for you to work with other timelines, it's a hop, skip, and a jump over there. You're like, oh yeah, I know how to do this. Other things that were really beneficial was figuring out what my most prominent clair abilities were so that I can have a deeper understanding of how I input and output information, learning about chakras, because that helps you pinpoint with precisity within your field or other people's fields what they have going on in their energetic system. As very self-aware beings, we love solution seeking. Okay, I like to say solution seeking instead of problem solving. We're solution seekers. We need to have some type of goal when we are going in, either with our inner children or different timelines, to unlock, activate, uncover, discover something for yourself or others. This can be working through trauma wounds or asking a different timeline to come forward and mentor us with a spiritual gift or some type of challenge that you're having in your current incarnation. Getting really good at asking questions. How, what, and why, because that is the whole point of connecting into the Akashic Records anyway, is to understand yourself at deeper and more expansive levels. Literally going on Google or ChatGPT and curating, cultivating a big old list of questions to ask about the multitudes of areas of your life. And so that way they log back in your subconscious, and when you're doing channeling for yourself or other people, they naturally come to the forefront of your consciousness, and then you can pivot where you're headed in their energetic system, in their fields, to get the answers that you are seeking. Expanding your imagination is so incredibly important, because when you start getting into different dimensional realms, it looks very different and feels very different from this earth plane. And if you are living in our current society, you know, we're told things that are different from us are dangerous or evil, you know, all of this programming that we have succumbed to as a collective. And you've got to bust outside of those norms, and in order to feel safe, to do that on this plane, but then also when you go up into the astrals and ethers where it's even more kind of like loosey-goosey up there, we need to get our hands on as much magical, fantasy-based movies, TV shows, books, music that we can, so that way when you come across those things, it's natural to you. You feel safe within your body. You're like, oh, this is fun. This is exploratory. I am learning so much that is wildly and vastly different than what I have experienced here with my human psyche on Earth. There are so many different incarnations of you that are so different from you as a human. And so if you can get used to all of this differentiation of energetics and frequencies and consciousness and awareness, when you go in, it's going to be so much easier for you to communicate with them, allow them to come into your energy field to share their medicine, wisdom, and insights. It's stepping outside of our comfort zones and being open to things that are different than what we have experienced. I would love to hear in the comments if this message resonated with you, if you're going to try some of these tips and techniques. Remember to give a follow to join the community, and I'm wishing you a very magical day.